Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Good New Garage. This video is going to be a little bit backwards. I forgot to film an intro and a description as to what I was going to be doing in this video, but I figured I would do it the next morning where I actually concluded the video. So this is actually my wife's 2012 Ford Expedition, and I'm going to be replacing the driver rear strut on this in this video. So it's going to be a full video of me doing that. Again, I appreciate you guys tuning in to watch this, and we'll move on to the next step, and we're going to get the car jacked up and the tire off. Alright, so now that we got the car jacked up, it's going to be a 21 millimeter in an impact to remove all 6 lug nuts. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll get right back with you. Alright, so you can see we got the tire off now. And you can see the top of the strut right here. We got 1, 2, and 3 back there. You can kind of see it. Those are 15 millimeter nuts on there, so we're going to go ahead and remove those. Alright, so I got those 2 bolts out, but this back one is really tough to get to. I ended up using a ratcheting 15 millimeter wrench. That works the best because there's not really a lot of room to get a socket in here. But so what I ended up doing was dropping the spare tire down, and then you can actually get up in here and access that last bolt. It's still a little tight, but that's, I think, the best way to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one out, and we'll get back. Okay, so once you get all 3 of those bolts, you have to remove this tie rod end right here, which is going to be a 22 millimeter nut, and there's actually a 10 millimeter, or actually 3/8 millimeter end where you got to steady it and hold it. If yours is rusted like mine, you're going to definitely need to reinforce it before taking it off. So go ahead and get that nut taken off, and then you'll be able to smack out the end link, and that should give you enough room to drop it down to prepare it for the strut to come out. Alright, so we got that nut off right there, and that's pushed out like that. Now what we need to do is come down here, and we need to remove that right there, and that looks like I got an 1/16" socket. It fits snug on there, so I'm going to use that. And then on the other side here, I'm actually probably just going to use an adjustable. That's all I got. I don't have the right socket for that, and I don't have time to go get one, so I'm going to hold that with an adjustable wrench, and it should work just fine. So I'm going to get that undone, and then let you guys know how that goes. Alright, now after fighting with that for a little bit, it finally came loose. As you can see, there's the bolt that goes through and the lock nut on the other side. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the strut out. It kind of just fell down anyways, so I'm going to pull it out, and we'll get ready to put the new one in. Alright, so what I ended up having to do was actually pull that bolt from that A-arm coming down, and drop that in order to wiggle out the strut. So I'm just going to reverse the process now with the new strut, and hopefully everything goes back together fine. Alright, so I got the new strut in place, I got the bolt through and the nut on, and I just kind of left everything a little bit loose for right now. Now I'm going and I'm jacking up the control arm to get the bolt back into place. I forgot to mention that one is also an 1/16". So that will take that one out just fine, and there's a nut on the back, and it's got like a little lock tab that will just come down. So this is pretty lined up. I might have to kick it over a little bit, but I'm just going to go ahead and drive that pin in, and then tighten that nut on in the back, and then I'll start tightening everything else up, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we got that bolt tightened right there. I got the bottom shock bolt tightened and torqued in. Now I'm just going everything else is in there. I just started that nut on the tie rod. I'm going to tighten that up and torque it, and then put my 3 nuts on my studs for my strut right there, tighten and torque those, and then we'll be ready to put the tire back on. Alright, so I got that one tightened and torqued up. I got the 3 shock bolts tightened and torqued. Can't really see that back one. Again, I had to crawl underneath, remove the spare tire to get that one, and tighten that one all in and torqued. So now I just got to finish putting the tire on, and we'll be ready to go. Alright, so it's actually the next morning again, and it always seems like I run out of daylight when I'm doing these things, but I just wanted to give you the final result of everything. So I got everything torqued, put the lug nuts on, torqued those all down to 150 foot-pounds. Took it for a test drive this morning. Everything feels good, seems good. So I hope you guys got a little bit of information out of this video, and I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.